Hello and welcome back to Heart and Soul. We're in week 11 now and still have to win the affection of a lot of the gods, so I think we're just going to jump in and I'm going to keep the same activities for now. Still think it's a good mix, I hope. But yeah, let us see. As I explore the forest, I come across a variety of animals and little habitats. Some of them are so fluffy and cute, while others encourage me to stay away. The servants attempt to teach me the names of the flora and fauna. I try my best to commit them to memory. I roam the wheat fields surrounding the estate. I talk with the servants about the process of growing wheat and the labor required to care for the crop. Before I leave, I take a handful of grains with me. I hope to use the wheat to make an offering for the gods. I pray fervently to the goddess of beauty, hoping she will forgive my slight against her. As I explore the forest, I come across a variety of animals. My day is spent careful and full of rest. Nothing ages you quite like stress and poor sleep. I would like to do more to show the gods how much respect I have for them, but what do I have to offer? Thoughts and prayers, a floral arrangement, or a loaf of bread. I don't remember what we did last time, but I think it was the flowers, so... Armed with wheat harvested from the fields, the servants and I bake a fresh loaf of bread. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. Well, still going with Zeus. I decide to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. Okay, nothing new there. I hope this isn't too boring for you guys, but yeah, we still don't have that many different options for the activities here. So, yeah. Week 12, same thing. Also, our loneliness is at 76 right now, so I think we're going to trigger another event. Okay, exploring the forest. My fatigue is now the strongest it has ever been. Every night it is a struggle to stay awake until my husband returns home, but I try to force myself to regardless. I am unwilling to give up the only opportunity I have to connect with another being. When he arrives and enters our bed, I happily fall against his chest as he pulls me into an all-enveloping embrace. Being held by him feels like being basked in the sun. It feels like the hearth on a winter night. It feels like home. I nestle my face where his shoulder and neck meet, inhaling the familiar scent of cinnamon and high wind. As glad as I am to see him, my thoughts drift as he regales me with tales of his day. What is on your mind tonight, my darling? You seem distracted. I laugh, amused by my husband's ability to glean so much about me, while I learn so frustratingly little about him. How can you tell such a thing in complete darkness? My sight is not dependent on my ears, sweet Psyche. You are usually much more responsive and enthusiastic. Did this mean to say eyes? Seeing a rare opportunity to tease him, I seize it. Not always. It happens quite frequently that your attentions bring me to the point of exhaustion. But so far that is not the case tonight, yes? Perhaps I should remedy this. It would appear I am but a novice playing alongside a master of flirtation. No, please, some of us are only mortal. All right, I will have pity on my poor, fragile wife then. Thank you. For tonight. Okay. He gives me a gentle squeeze before pressing his lips to my right ear, brushing kisses alongside it in between words. No more jests. Tell me what is on your mind, my love. Okay. Have you been with anyone else before, or why did you choose to save me? The first one... Well, not saying it doesn't matter at all, and it's still interesting to know, but I think the second one is better to ask. He sighs, giving my earlobe one final kiss before shifting onto his back. Come here, Psyche. I oblige, laying my head down on my husband's smooth, muscled chest. One hand wraps around my still thin frame to secure me, the other begins to stroke my hair. You have one of the gentlest souls I have ever seen, my love. You are pure and innocent, sweet and kind. And you are simply the most beautiful creature, mortal or celestial, that I have ever laid eyes on. I had to make you my wife, Psyche, and give your sweet soul a more fitting fate. You deserve even more than a god can give you. He lifts his head for a moment to place a kiss on the crown of mine. Though I am trying my best. I am beyond grateful to you, dear husband. You saved me from a fate so terrible, I cannot even begin to comprehend it. Do not think of it then, my darling. His fingers flutter across my stomach, the bottom of which is only just starting to bulge. We have much happier things to contemplate. I smile, appreciating the man I spend my nights with, and joyfully anticipating the child that I will soon share my days with. My life at present is such a stark contrast to where I was just months ago, something which pleases me greatly. The days of being alone are truly numbered, and my husband is the one to thank. Husband? Yes, Psyche? I have always thought of my beauty as a curse, the cause of my unending loneliness. But if it led you to me, then it must be a gift. With that newfound appreciation of my appearance, I drift peacefully to sleep in my husband's arms. Okay, interesting. Prepare the offerings for next week, please. Yes, at once. Is there anything else you might require? Nothing else for now, thank you. Actually, has the commission for the vases arrived? They are scheduled to arrive tomorrow. That is good, thank you. The estate is in a buzz of activities. The Olympic Games are approaching. Of course, there are many reasons as to why I cannot attend, but it is customary to pay tributes and respect to Zeus, the king of the gods, regardless. And that is exactly what we are doing. My husband said he would not personally attend the Olympics, but he would, like many others, come to Zeus's temple with his offerings. He generously offered to bring along any gifts from me as well, a privilege I would never refuse. As traditions dictate, we will have a small ceremony at the estate at dawn, right after my husband departs. And this is not a simple ritual, considering it will take place on the biggest festival in all the lands, one to honor the king of Olympus himself. These celebrations are always grand. Back with my parents, the preparations to send off our young men always have the entire castle and land in a buzzing, elated flow. The women's offerings on the days of the games have always been abundant. The songs and stories spill long into the night. Our celebration here at the castle will be a lot quieter, but I am determined to keep an air of festivities. After all, are there not people here? The servants might be invisible, but they are also present, and I see no reason to not include them in the festivities. The preparations keep my mind and body occupied all day, and I am exhausted by the time night falls. Even so, my spirits are high. You seem very excited for the festival. I am. It certainly lifts the mood. I am sorry. What for? Oh, do not worry, dear husband. I am not too distressed to spend the day alone. Seeing that he seems unconvinced, I lay down next to him and hold his hands over my heart. Back home, whenever festivals arrive, not just the Olympic Games, it was quite the ordeal. Everyone would be moving. There is so much preparation and excitement in the air. Everyone is looking forward to the events. There would be talks about activities, sometimes even rehearsals for celebratory performances. Everyone has their own task. The halls would be filled with all kinds of sounds. As for me, there would be no rush to make any appearance. There would be no speech to make, no guests to entertain. Psyche. His hands tighten around mine. He understands. I know it sounds selfish of me, that I should have been more appreciative of everything my looks granted me. But the brief anonymity felt right. People should be directing their attention and respect towards the gods, not me. The Olympics is the best of all, even though I have only experienced it once after coming of age. All the men would be gone, some on a pilgrimage, some on their way to offer their respect, most to participate in the competitions. And they would be gone for the entirety of the festival. The buzz of the festival would go well into the night. And afterwards, it was just me, my mother, and my sisters sitting together in our private hall. Of course, this festival is to honor the King of the Gods and to celebrate the strength he blesses us all with. But I am also thankful for the festivals, for him, for my own reasons. A gentle arm slides over my shoulder, folding me into my husband's embrace. He places a soft kiss upon my brows. Then I shall do my utmost best to make this festival one for you to remember. You already have, beloved. Okay, things will be better next year. I appreciate everything here now. I mean, in a way, both, isn't it? But I mean, again, we cannot complain too much right now. So, let's be thankful. Despite the circumstances, I have not felt so at peace since I was a child. The servants have been nothing but helpful and kind. The estate is not only magnificent, but also all accommodating. And you have been exceptional. My joy is all thanks to you, beloved. His arms tighten around me. A soft, fond chuckle breathes into my hair. I feel like I should be the one to thank you instead. You have breathed light into my life like nothing ever has. Thank you for making this place a home, for being someone who I can return to. I am glad. I love you very much. I love you too, my Psyche. I fall asleep, snuggling against him, feeling at peace in his arms. Cute. Sitting in the room I share with my husband, I pray to the goddess of marriage to oversee the success of our union. Well, so far, it's going well, right? I share bits of my lunch with some birds today after walking around all morning. One of them even hops into my hand. I experiment with a myriad of hairstyles and fashion, curious to see if a new look would suit me. Okay, time for the offering, and this time we only have the floral arrangement. I take the flower cuttings from the garden and arrange them flutteringly, tying them together with string. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. And again, Zeus. I mean, it's fitting this week, right? I decide to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. I hope it pleases him. Still only at 33. Oh well. And loneliness is at 77. Not horrible, but yeah. I mean, yeah, loneliness rises quite quickly, so it's pretty much like it's intended for us to get these loneliness events every now and then. And yeah. Okay, do I want to do anything different? I don't think so. Not for now. We still don't have many other options. So, yeah, still keeping with it. Okay, exploring the forest with the animals. Over the expanse of the garden, delicate blooms are scattered amongst the greens, their colors bright like jewels. I cup my hands around the velvety petals of a poppy, idly reminiscing about something I read long ago. The last blooms of summer are the most brilliant of all, for Demeter wishes to remind Persephone how bright and lovely the surface world could be. But autumn comes, and to the underworld the queen shall go, for her heart lies with one whose riches is the earth itself. The lady Kore, whose marriage was strange and full of unknown terrors, yet became the most successful among the gods, for her husband treasures her above all the jewels and dominion he possesses. My lips twist, tired and full of grief. Will my story end like yours, lady of the underworld? Will I one day stand side by side with the one I love, respected and without fear? Or will I forever be looking back to what I once had, doomed to mourn for my fate alone? No answer comes to me, only the gentle wind that sways the flower in my grasp, carrying red petals to where I cannot follow. My eyes fog over. I bow my head to the last blooms of summer. O Queen of the Dead, I am but a mortal girl, frail and lost. My riches are not mine, nor is my fate. All I may offer is my devotion and desperation. Please, Lady of the Underworld, please, watch over me. Okay. Amidst the pleasant floral aroma and gentle breeze, I pray to the goddess of spring to thank her for all the beauty her domain brings to the world. After tending to the garden, I take some fresh flower clippings with me before heading inside. They are too lovely to not make into an offering. I assist the servants with their work in the fields as best as I can, but have little experience in agriculture. They assure me they appreciate my good intentions. Before I leave, I take a handful of grains with me. I hope to use the wheat to make an offering for the gods. Today, I offer up my gratitude and respect to the King of the Gods and Overseer of the Earth, Zeus. And again, exploring the forest with the animals. Loneliness at 93, okay. 96. My day spent careful and full of rest. Yeah, stress, sleep. Who wants that? Okay, we're at 100. To my insistence, my husband has Zephyrus bring my sisters to me again. There we go. I am overjoyed to see them a second time, and to inquire as to how mother and father took the news that I am well and with child. Hello, Sarina, Amara. It is so wonderful to see you again. It has been so long, Psyche. Somehow you are even more radiant than when we last saw you. Psyche, it is good to see you again, though we knew not to worry too much about you this time. It is so nice to see you thriving in such a magnificent place. Shall we have lunch in the garden? The weather is lovely, it would be a waste to sit inside. Ah, yes. We were so enthralled by seeing your estate for the first time, we did not get the chance to fully experience all the things it has to offer. We were so distracted by those trinkets you threw at us. Threw at you, I see. Threw at us that visit that we did not even consider all the other wonders this house could hold. Yes, well, I am sure there will be plenty of time for you to look around today. For now, let us eat together. Since they have been served by the attendants before, my sisters are a bit less startled, but they still stare, speechless at the spread. Lunch is a colorful feast of tomato fritters, grape leaves, dolmades, grilled venison with feta? Do you say feta? With feta and honey pastries for dessert. This is certainly something you do not see anywhere else. They are a bit strange, yes, but kind and very helpful. Yes. Speaking of unseen presences, when can we meet your husband? Oh, I did not realize you would want to meet him. Well, you spoke much about his virtue You spoke much about his virtue and looks last time we met, that we have been very curious about him. Well, he is always busy during the day. By the time he usually returns, you would have gone home already. He must be a rather important figure then, if he is so busy. What exactly does your husband do? Oh boy. He spends most of his days hunting in the countryside. He is a businessman and spends a lot of his days traveling. He has a rich social life and is engaged in politics. Why do I feel like there's a grain of truth in all of these? But none seem completely fitting. Engaged in politics. Well, if you're calling like everything amongst the gods politics, then I suppose so. And he is traveling. Don't really want to say hunting. I don't know. So either of these two. Businessman traveling. In a way, I mean, I think he does his job and he is traveling for that a lot. but it's also kind of social. Which of these is like the least lie? Engaged in politics. Oh, this is hard. Businessman. I mean, he is traveling. Ooh. Tricky. And I don't... it's also hard when you don't really know how important the choice is. Yeah. Which one would you pick? I mean, we know he's not a businessman as such. So... I'm gonna go with this one. Most of his time is spent alongside other men, talking and sharing his influence. He is quite charismatic, but always searches for a way to create change that will aid many. You truly are the most fortunate among us. Even your husband is better than ours in every way. From what little we have heard about him anyway. How so, sisters? Your matches were approved by our mother and father. Have they turned out to be less than you had hoped for? Less than we had hoped for is putting it lightly, sweet, naive Psyche. Yes. Mine is even older than our father, bald and weak, with very little desire towards me. Mine has severe arthritis, to the point where we can barely be intimate. I spend more time acting as his nurse than his wife. I did not know your marriages were in such a state. Why did you not bring those issues up to mother and father before? They are both convinced that you have very successful matches. How could we, Psyche? Telling them will only worry them. It is not like they could possibly call off the match, now that we have been married off for so long. Especially when they have their own lands and duties to worry about. Suddenly causing a mass hysteria over a daughter's marriage would be a terrible ordeal after all. Yes. I am sorry that you have suffered so. It is all right, Psyche. It is not your fault that our matches are what they are. Yes. Rather, would you not tell us more about your mysterious husband? Exactly. Psyche, you have skimmed on many details about your husband. Please, sate your poor sister's curiosity. Having their attention suddenly turned back to the one subject I would rather not speak about most, I twist my hands together awkwardly. Well, there is not much to say, truly. He has always been kind and loving. We are quite compatible. How lucky. Indeed. Still, that is such modest information about such a good man. Continue on from what you were telling us last visit about his appearance. Yes. What color were his eyes again? Oh, interesting. You're making us remember what we said? But I'm pretty sure I went with the blue eyes, blonde hair thing. I hope. Ah, right. That was it. I believe you also said he is a brunette a few years older than you. Is that right? Yes, that is right. No, his hair is not brown. No, I would describe his age differently. No, you're mistaking on both accounts. I know I said blonde, but what did I say about his age? Ooh, I think I did say he was older. No, his hair is not brown. Ooh. Nope. Other than that, he is quite fit. His hair is soft and curls around my fingers when I run my hand through it. His arms are strong and steady when he holds me, and he always tells me tales of the lands he has traveled through. I fold my hands together in my lap, embarrassed. My sisters exchange a look. Oh my, you really have landed yourself a good match indeed. Rich, important, and handsome by the sounds of it. As always, Psyche really is the most fortunate among all of us. Yes, indeed. My husband really is a good man. Fearful that my current conversation topic could lead me to revealing something I should not, I hastily tried to distract my beloved sisters. Well, would you two like to go instead? Is it inside again? Inside and explore the storerooms. I know you expressed interest when you first arrived. Amara and Serena exchange glances. Are we only allowed to look, or... Oh no, you can take whatever you would like. Have the treasures from your last visit helped your living situations? Yes, but the money runs out so quickly. My husband is absolutely atrocious with it. I thought you said he owned quite a bit of land. How could such a man be so terrible with his wealth? You may be too fortunate to realize it, but most men have countless failings, little Psyche. He has others who manage his possessions. Oh, I apologize. But please, ignore my silliness and find some things that take your fancy. They will not be missed, I am sure. The promise of aid to their misfortune brings smiles to my sisters' faces. They rush into the estate and down a hallway, looking to explore storerooms yet unseen. For the second time, my servants assist them to the front gate with a haul of precious goods, and I wave farewell to my sisters from my seat in the garden. I feel like it would have been more interesting for her to get news from the outside world, seeing as she can't go there, she can't really, know much. I mean, I guess her husband tells us stuff from there and from his travels, but yeah. When my husband returns later, his face tightens when I tell him about my day. He repeats his warnings, and I promise to only invite my sisters if I feel an absolute need to. It takes some coaxing and sweet reassurances of my love to calm his nerves, but we are able to end the day on a good note. Okay. Tricky. Yeah, they still... It is shady. The sisters are shady, obviously. Still, it's necessary to get through some of that. And I'm also wondering if there's even a way to avoid all of the loneliness events. It can't really be, because the only option that lowers loneliness is roaming the estate, and then that doesn't gain you any favors with the gods. But oh well, we have several possible ends to this, so that's why. So, still not doing too good, but we also still have some time. So I think again I'm going to keep going with this. Curiosity is up to 20, but Yeah, most of the activities reduce that, so it should be fine to go another week like this. Exploring the forest. The servants and I take the time to water each plant according to its preference and check up on their health. Everything seems to be growing just fine. As I work in the fields, I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crop. Though my body trembles in fear the whole time, I pray to the god and goddess of the underworld to grant safe passage for all souls through their domain. Exploring the forest. As the servants finish preparing my bath, I scrub at my skin until it is smooth and soft. It is another quiet night, just like any other night, with my husband's gentle hands on my hair, brushing out the tangles of the day, when our bedchamber doors open suddenly. My husband's arms automatically fall around me as he addresses what must be an unseen servant. You know you are not supposed to disturb us. What is it? Forgive me, my lord, but the king has arrived. His hold tightens around me, amidst my alarm and confusion. The king? Which king? What would they be doing here so late at night? Did he say what he wants? No, my lord. He insists on your presence. I see. Psyche, stay here. I will be back shortly. Oh, all right. He brushes past me, quickly heading outside. After a pause, which I assume is a bow to me, the invisible servant closes the doors behind him. Throughout my entire stay here so far, nothing like this has ever happened. Every night, after I retire to our bedchambers, the servants would blow out all the lights and leave us be for the entire night. There has never been a single knock at the door after my husband's return every day. Never a request to pull away from me. And now, a king? I wonder what this urgent business must be. Stay inside or eavesdrop? Ooh. Oh, this is mean. Because I think it's definitely the right choice to stay inside, but then I am very curious. Well, we also don't know how much our husband would tell us about it later anyway. Oh, that's tricky. I think I'm going to stay inside. It seems like the safer option. Though curious, I stay put. Nothing good would come out of putting my nose into someone else's business. Besides, how would I know if this king is not here for me? Best to stay hidden away. A shudder runs down my spine. I get into our empty bed and gather the blankets around me, a poor imitation of my husband's arms. I anxiously await his return. By the time my husband returns, I have dozed off for a while. The sound of the door opening and closing startles me awake. What? Husband? Shh. Go back to sleep. I am back. He lies down next to me, folding me into his arms. I stifle a yawn against his chest. Is everything all right? Yes, have no fear. It is nothing of importance. But Psyche, If the servants warn you of any unexpected visitors in the future, please come stay in this room as quickly as you can and do not come out for any reason. Alright. I snuggle further into his warmth and let sleep overtake me. Oh, interesting. Well, if we're saying the king, of course that could mean a lot, but if we're talking maybe king of gods here, then yeah, it would have definitely been a bad thing to let him know we're there. I'm wondering if that maybe could have even resulted in a game over. But okay. Yeah, the choice also made our curiosity drop down. Loneliness is still looking okay. I find it interesting that Artemis also has quite a high meter here that we have to reach, but we also have several options to gain our favor. Yeah, I'm also wondering if the order in which you do these tasks really has an effect or not, if it's all just chance. Because some of these seem to be random, like how much points you get out of them. So yeah, I mean, it's a fun thing to play around with. I'm just not super used to this kind of mechanic. After a long walk, I settle down on a log and pray to the goddess of wild animals, thanking her for keeping watch over all the wonderful creatures who reside here. Servants attempt to teach me the names of flora and fauna. I try my best to commit them to memory. I roam the wheat fields surrounding the estate. I talk with the servants about the process of growing wheat and the labor required to care for the crop. I pray fervently to the goddess of beauty, hoping she will forgive my slight against her. After a long walk, I pray to the goddess of wild animals. Day spent resting. I'm glossing over some of these that are repeated in the episode, hope that's okay. And time for an offering. Last time we went with a flower, so let's make a loaf of bread again. And giving it again to Zeus. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. Still some ways to go. And yeah, I mean, they all have a different max number. And I don't know if maybe Artemis is 100 or more. So yeah, loneliness is at 55, not too bad. So I think we can go with this once more. I share bits of my lunch with some birds today after walking around till morning. One of them even hops into my hand. Amidst the pleasant floral aroma and gentle breeze, I pray to the goddess of spring to thank her for all the beauty her domain brings to the world. Ever since the day I discovered Demeter's shrine, I traveled to the field with increased energy and passion. It has been difficult at first, working the soil itself more and getting my hands dirty. The worried servants have insisted multiple times that they would plow the field for me and grow whatever I wish for, but I turn them down every time. And there is a gentle satisfaction blooming in my chest as the once empty field slowly fills up with green, fragile sprouts. I often have my meals brought here, and I make regular offerings to Demeter's shrine as part of my routine. Today, when a sudden shower darkens the sky, I run to find solace under her roof. It reminds me of my younger years with my mother, when I followed her around tending to her garden, and we would watch the spring rains under her favorite pavilion. My mother loves the rain, Lady Demeter. She loves how green her plants are after a shower, how brightly her flowers would bloom. I wonder if she is still taking care of her garden now, and if she ever thinks of me as she does. Sharply, I am reminded of a similar story to ours, the story of the goddess Demeter and her daughter Kor. I wonder if she had felt the same when her beloved daughter was taken away from her with nary an explanation. Just like me. I miss my family, Lady Demeter. I miss my mother. I wish I could tell her that I am safe, that I have all that I wanted for. I wish I could tell her not to grieve, not to worry. That for as long as I live, I will find a way to see her again. My sweet mother. I cry with the rain, letting out my sorrow, fear, and uncertainty into the open field beyond. Thunder rolls in the distance, after lightning crawled across the sky like searing scars. I can feel it in my chest, hollowing out as I try to let go of the weight I have been carrying. I no longer care who my husband is or what he looks like. I just want to tell my family, my mother, that I am alive. I cry until my tears run dry and my body aches. I cry until the rain passes and the sun is shining once more. Jaded, I look upon my field. Droplets have gathered on healthy leaves, glistening like jewels under the light. The earth is darkened, healthy, and carrying its unique deep scent. The wind blows back my hair, swirling inside the alcove of Demeter's shrine. After the storm, all begin anew. Your separation is not forever. Who? But the voice is long gone, carried away in the breeze. As I work in the fields, I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crops. Before I leave, I take a handful of grains with me. Okay. Today, I offer up my gratitude and respect to the king of the gods and overseer of the earth, Zeus. I share bits of my lunch with some birds today. After the servants finish preparing my bath, I scrub at my skin until it is smooth and soft. Okay, time for an offering. We did the bread last, so flowers. Okay. Once more to Zeus. I hope it pleases him. Okay, interesting. So I'm wondering if that event at Demeter's shrine, was it tied to Artemis getting 100? Because Demeter herself is still not full yet. I don't know how this works. We don't have any new options yet, do we? But maybe we can change it up a bit now, because yeah, several of these options. So the forest. Okay, the fields at Demeter, the forest. Forest is Artemis, so we can... yeah, we can change that to something else, maybe. Oh, right, and the livestock is also Artemis. Oh, I didn't have that last week's, whoops. Oh, I didn't even notice that. I could have put one visit the livestock instead of the forest. So yeah, is that no, it shouldn't be tied to Artemis. So it's probably more, just my guess, that if you did the same activity a certain amount of times, maybe then that will trigger an event. So yeah, tending to the fields. Maybe we can put some more. I'm wondering. Setting the livestock. Just wondering what options we have here, which will also give us something to do. Also, we didn't get anything out of the forest for a long time. Like, we once got honey out of it, did we? Or did we not? Oh well, everything's a bit jumbled, and our loneliness is at 86 again, which is quite soon. I was warned not to let loneliness at 100 5 times before we were ready, basically. And it was it twice now? The sisters visited us twice, right? So that should be twice. Oh, I have to watch my stuff back. Anyway, I want to change it up a little bit. So tending to the field some more. But also, yeah, okay, this is a bit tricky now because we don't really need like the livestock one. We didn't do this in a while, but it's also just gives points with Artemis, so I don't know if we strictly need to do it. Okay, we have to enter the field 3 times now. Maybe that's a bit overkill. I will just change this one. Maybe just change this a bit. And preparing an offering. We have the option a few times here. Yeah. Or should I? That's the question, if I should maybe also make an effort to lower the loneliness for now. Because it seems to be quite soon to have another loneliness event. Roaming the estate also only reduces it by 3. Maybe... Yeah, because I also don't know when there's maybe a scripted event that lowers it, so... Don't know if it's like, quote-unquote, wasted. But again, I also didn't promise to get the good ending here, because I don't know if I can. Playing it the first time, so... I'll try with this. Around the wheat fields. Okay. Praying to the goddess of spring. And getting some flower clippings. After brushing the coats of the animals until they are smooth, I give them all lots of pats as I determine whose is the softest. A worthwhile endeavor indeed. 95, okay. Day spent resting. Yeah, okay, there it is again. Soon, the desire to see my family resurfaces, and I beg my husband to bring my sisters here once more. To his great reluctance, he agrees, and on a late summer morning, Zephyrus brings my sisters to me again. This time, my sisters are no longer faced by the unseen attendants, and even make demands to suit their personal taste. Satisfied that my sisters seem to be blending in well with my current home, I ask the servants to hold a concert for us. Amazing what magic can do. Agreed. Makes me wish we could borrow some of these servants. They belong to the estate, I believe. They only leave to take care of the supplies. What a shame. Amidst the soft music, we idly chat. It seems mother and father have been quite reassured by my sisters, having been informed that I am alive and well. Though I would have liked to see them myself, I do not think our mother would fare well traveling here the way my sisters have. I am worried about my sisters, however. It seems neither of them is happy about their marriage. Their husbands sound neglectful and overall awful. Normally, they could not complain before our mother or father, out of fear that they might cause political conflicts. The situations only make me more grateful for my arrangement with my husband. I feel guilty thinking that way, especially when they curiously keep trying to pry more information about my husband. What is the old saying again? Living vicariously through others? I am saying, Psyche, that your husband sounds absolutely fascinating. Yes, a rare example for a man. Yes, I suppose he is. I feel very fortunate to be with him. Who are some of your husband's acquaintances? I was wondering if our two spouses have any mutual friends. It may be unlikely, seeing as my husband is a king. As a hunter, as a successful businessman, as a political influence. Okay, so this just bounces back to the last choice we made. And I did put the politician. Most of the men my husband knows are very wealthy and powerful people. But who are some of the most prominent individuals he knows? What are their names? Oh, I could not say really. I am not familiar with them. He is very kind and humble. He has not boasted of knowing anyone too special. I have not thought much about who his social circle might include. I'm wondering now, did he not... He was talking about the gods, like, doesn't she know that he is, like, in contact with the gods? No, she does. Like, he was the one who told her when Dionysus was, like, his favor was high, right? You mean, you are not aware of anyone significant being in his life? It has never come up in our conversations. Your husband must be as kind and trustworthy as you say then, if you barely given this a thought, let alone been introduced to any of his friends. Well, we do get along quite well, so most of our time is spent together. But you have met his family, right? What are they like? Oh dear. Most of his family are dead. His family lives too far away. They are welcome and frequent visitors. They have met but do not get along. He hasn't talked about it, has he? Oh dear. So I do not want to take the last one, that's a straight up lie. This one too. So they are dead or they live away. Is this also just a choice that I will have to remember that I did? I don't think he did talk about it, did he? Lives too far away. Does he have family? I have no idea. Most of his family are dead. I'll say too far away. Because of the great distance, they have not yet been able to visit. How unfortunate. One would think they would make the effort to greet a new bride. Indeed. Well, perhaps they will make the venture to see your child after you have labored. That would be nice. I will have to mention the idea to my husband. Before long, and to my relief, the conversation topic switches from my husband to money. It seems Amara's husband wants to expand his castle walls, while a few of Serena's husband's biggest tenants were unable to pay their debts this month. I assure them they are more than welcome to help themselves to our gold and trinkets, and they seem eager to accept my offer. I wonder if their spoils will be enough to finally turn their lives around this time. I wonder. As I bid my sisters goodbye this afternoon, a foreboding feeling settles into the pit of my stomach. Each time they visit, it becomes harder and harder to deceive them. I fear that it is only a matter of time before I betray my husband's trust and spill all my secrets. My hope lies with the child growing within me. Happiness is within my grasp. It is just a matter of time. All I need to do is stay patient and protect what I have. Once the child is born, the threats looming over me will be gone. Into the light my baby and I shall go. Very tricky. Okay, praying to the god and goddess of the underworld again. And doing an offering. I'm getting mixed up, but let's do the bread again. Zeus. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. Okay. Oh, okay, so both Persephone and Hestia also have full points. Okay, it's going well. So I guess we can ditch the garden for a while. Ooh, curiosity at 26, interesting. Okay. What do we do? So we still need Demeter's affection, so tending to the fields is a good one. Don't need the garden, so praying always takes out 5 loneliness. So what do we do? Are we trying to keep the loneliness low this week, maybe? Well, it is low now. What to do? I'm putting... Okay, wait, let me... Yeah, tend to the fields. Maybe put praying here, and then here I want to roam the estate to lower the loneliness a bit. Gods with the livestock. Maybe change this to the vineyard for once. Beauty regime. I still think it's kind of important to get points with wow, I'm missing a name right now. Goddess of Beauty. So tending to the fields twice. And the offering. The offering seems to be a tricky thing because it can potentially get you 10 plus affection, but that doesn't seem to really happen a lot. So I'm going to try with this one. As I work in the fields, I pray fervently to the goddess of the harvest to watch over our crop. Getting a few grains. I pray fervently to the goddess of beauty, hoping she will forgive my slight against her. Walk in between the rows of grapevines, surveying the plants. I enjoy the earthy smells and sights of the crop. Wanting to have the option to make wine, I harvest some grapes before leaving the vineyard. My V's and W's. Another bath. As I'm finishing my dinner, dining alone as usual, I feel a noticeable shift in the air. If a visitor approaches, we will not be able to stop them from coming in. Another surprise guest? It has been mere weeks since the Mystery King was here. Who could it be this time? Panicked, I need to make a decision on what to do next. Retreat to the bedroom or hide here and eavesdrop. No. We're hitting our husband's advice and just hiding. My husband's words echo in my mind from the last time this happened, asking me to stay in our bedroom and wait for him to come home. I decide to obey and make my way to our room. I get into bed and pull the covers up, grateful for how dark we keep our room. The visitor arrives, and though I can hear a man's voice all the way from here, I cannot make out the words. I am sure the servants will keep him occupied until my husband gets home. Feeling secure in my bed, I soon drift off to sleep. Psyche? My husband's hand is on my shoulder, gently stirring me from my slumber. What is it, my love? I was sleeping. I wanted to thank you. Thank me? What for? For coming straight here, as I asked you to. The servants told me. Oh, of course. It is the least I can do. Who was here? What did they want? My husband exhales sharply. It was the same person who came last time, and they wanted the same thing. This time I was much more firm in my refusal. They will not ask again. Will you face consequences for your harshness? He just chuckles and climbs into bed next to me. Though the man who visited here is very powerful, I am too. We have mutual respect for each other, and a bit of fear as well. He will not push me, not if he does not have to, or would not have others on his side. Sounds like a dangerous game to play. It is. No, it is all I have ever known. My husband presses a line of kisses along my shoulder, moving up to my neck. So long as he does not discover you, there is nothing he could blackmail me with, and nothing that would persuade people to side with him. We are safe. I breathe a sigh of relief that I stayed hidden, relaxing my body so that I can fully enjoy the attention my beloved continues to show me. Okay, that went well. Okay, now we can make some wine. The servants instruct me in the preparation of wine. I have such fun squishing down the grapes. Now that the wine is finished, should I offer it to the gods or save it to make libation another day? No, offer the wine. Oh, I'm just wondering now, because I think I once, like outside of the Let's Play, I just tried out something. What did I do? I think it was only to get like a screenshot for the thumbnail. And I saw we had another option to make something. And I think that might have been only if you save the wine, but I'm not sure, like I didn't try out much. But let's give the wine to Zeus. It is not much, but I hope it shows my sincerity. Okay, 51. Loneliness is at 35. Not too bad. But it can go up quickly, of course. Oh, right, this option for Aphrodite. Name is right there. Also always gives 5 loneliness, while most of the other tasks here that can be 3 or 5. praying also always gives 5. As does the offering. Ah, tricky. So, what to do? Let me think. So, a vineyard can give me grapes for wine. Did we ever get milk from visiting the livestock? I don't remember. Maybe I'm putting in one more roaming the estate to be safe. And otherwise keeping it like this? Yeah. Okay, I'll try with this. Okay, I roam the wheat fields. Sitting in the room I share with my husband, I pray to the goddess of marriage to oversee the success of our union. Okay, growing grapes. And taking some. Good. I lounge on the chaise in the main room today, asking the servants about their origins. They have little information to share, leaving me feeling more confused than before. Roaming the wheat fields. Okay. I spent the day reading one of the books from my husband's collection. It is extensive due to his travels, wealth, and having a scribe on his employ. Time for an offering. Okay. So I'm making some wine, but this time I'm going to save it, I think. I mean, obviously there's a reason that we can save the wine but not all the other stuff. I think that was because you can do something else with it. I set the wine aside for later. I will be able to make an even better offering then. Right, that was it. Okay, right. So maybe I will change this to the livestock. And forest, because I don't quite remember if we don't need another ingredient. How much is loneliness? 52 again. Oof. Okay, and maybe to be safe, another roaming the estate. Ooh. It is just rising very, very quickly. Okay, let's see if this works. Also, sorry, just wondering. So Artemis kept at 100, which makes sense. But these... Is this their max, or did it keep rising now? It kept rising, right? Because Dionysus, we stopped at 20, but now I'm doing Dionysus choices again. So, oh well, whatever. Start the week. Working in the fields. Using the loom and spinner the servants provided me with as a pastime, I work on a new set of sheets for the master bedroom, while chatting with the servants. I wonder if my husband will like them. Today I try to interpret the various moos, neighs and bleats of the livestock and make something resembling a human conversation. It is not the same. Today it seems my husband has something special prepared for our day together. He is secretive and teasing about what he has planned, leading me with his gentle hands through the estate's long corridors. What is it that you want to show me? Patience, sweet Psyche, we are nearly there. So many secrets, my husband. But this one is only a lovely surprise. I giggle, excited by his tone. The sound of large doors open before me. Carefully, he leads me inside, step by step. I stay quiet, curious until my nose picks up the scents. Are we having lunch early? He chuckles, helping me sit down. In a sense. He fusses around me for a bit before settling down next to me. We are going to play a little game. Oh, what will that entail? I had the servants prepare an array of dishes I came across during my travels. We shall see if you can discern the ingredients. Taste test? Yes. You do not like the idea? I thought you might enjoy such a thing, now that your nausea has ceased and your appetite returned. The hesitation in his voice makes me chuckle. I do like it. I cannot wait to taste what you have prepared for me. I cannot say I excel with my taste buds. However, it is an exciting and intimate experience. He carefully feeds me morsels of food. Some of them taste a bit strange, some of them with unfamiliar spices, but all are gentle on the tongue. Is that yogurt? Correct. Can you taste anything else? I can taste a touch of mint. Excellent. You are very good at this, my love. I giggle, blushing as his fingers stab softly at the corner of my mouth. A lovely surprise indeed. Did that decrease the loneliness, or... again, just wondering if those choices are maybe like wasted on the week. Anyway, working on the new sheets again. Okay. And for the offering, there we go. Okay, libation, the god's favorite drink. Oh, the drink itself is called that. I do not know things. Okay, let's try with this. Mixing honey, milk and wine together, I produce a delicious, sweet-smelling drink. I knew I needed something else. You don't really have an inventory, obviously, so it always only shows you what you can make of the ingredients you already have. But yeah, that's why we also didn't get honey or milk in a while, because I still had some. Okay, I'm making a drink. Taking my offering outside to the shrine, I consider who to give it to. Well, still Zeus, because he's needy. Confident it will please him, I am proud to dedicate my offering to the god of thunder. Oh, okay. Did it just raise by 10? So does it actually depend on the type of offering? So with libation we get more points. That's a good thing to know. Something to keep in mind. But yeah, I think that's enough for today. That was 10 weeks again. Yeah, we're like halfway through the time. So we're supposed to have like 40 weeks. Yeah, making progress with the affection at least. But yeah, it's a dangerous game we're playing with the loneliness. Because yeah, getting these loneliness events a few times isn't bad, but we shouldn't get them too many times before everything's ready. I suppose we're getting there with Demeter. I would guess we need 100 with him as well, with her. The rest, I don't know. It's a lot of guesswork. But anyway, it's a bit of a slow burn right now. Bit of back and forth with the loneliness, curiosity, and everything else. So yeah. If I'm just blind to anything here, please let me know, and yeah, whatever thoughts you might have would be very much appreciated. But that is it from me for today. Until next time.